Our first subtitle for today's notes is the Mexican-American War. So this goes back to Polk and his desire to expand farther west. So Polk, again, wants to acquire California especially, but he wants to acquire a lot of the other land as well. The problem is Mexico is in the way. That land has already been claimed. It's been claimed by Mexico. So Polk knew that war was inevitable if the U.S. wanted to expand farther west and take over a lot of that land. However, even though he knew this was bound to happen, he was bound to go to war with Mexico, Polk didn't want to be the guy who started the war. It's just not great form to start a war by attacking another country to take over their territory. Just doesn't look very good. So Polk didn't want to be the guy to do that, and so instead he decided that he was going to kind of goad Mexico into starting the war for him. And this all came about because Mexico still wanted Texas and still claimed quite a lot of Texas. Texas had fought for their independence and had gained their independence and then had been annexed by the US, but still Mexico was not recognizing Texas independence, and they had an ongoing dispute with America over where the border was. Mexico claimed the border was a lot farther north. The US claimed that the border was on the Rio Grande. So, of course, Polk is going to use this to start the war. So he tells General Zachary Taylor to camp on the Rio Grande, which, of course, Mexico claims is their territory. So, in response, Mexico attacks General Taylor and his troops, officially, quote unquote, starting the war. Polk definitely kind of goads this into happening, kind of teases Mexico until they attack the US, but it allows Polk to claim that Mexico attacked first and actually started the war and not the US. So in 1846, Polk asks Congress to declare war, and Congress does declare war. However, this war is very unpopular. Lincoln, for one, blamed Polk for starting the war. He and many other Northerners opposed the whole idea for the war because he thought that it was totally unjust that Polk kind of goaded them into starting it, forced them to attack. So, as a result, Polk also was pretty unpopular. Talked about that last time too. That's a lot of the reason why. So, what are the causes for this war? Main cause, manifest destiny. The US wants to expand into the West. Mexico is just getting in the way, and they're not really populating their land. So the US thinks they can go in and take it. Texas is another big driving factor to cement Texas as part of the US once and for all and decide where that border is. Mexico had also borrowed money from America and was now defaulting on the loans, meaning they were not paying those loans back. So that's another cause for the war. U.S. wants payment for those loans, or at least revenge. And then the official start of the war, the one that officially causes the war, the battle around the Rio Grande, actually called the Battle of Palo Alto, which is when the Mexicans attacked General Taylor and his men camped on the Rio Grande. So we'll continue on through a few picture slides and then on to our notes. Continue.